The 2025 Silver Lake 2500 RD is a very versatile travel trailer. And what I mean by that is, although it's built for a couple, you have some options to sleep additional guests. So if you want to bring the kids in this one, you can. If you want to use it for guests, you can. Or if you just want it to be for two of you and sit down on the couch and watch some TV, you can do that too. All because of the way this one is built and the furniture they used. I like it because it's an open floor plan. It's an 8-foot wide box, 81-inch ceiling height, and the big super slide opens up this main living space where everything is kind of shared. In the back, as you will see, is a large U dinette, and that gives you great views all the way around. You have a window in the back as well as on both sides. So if you're able to pull into a campsite or back into a campsite and you have a good view out the back, you can enjoy it in this floor plan. But more so than that, you get a big space to entertain, play games, eat meals, and that drops down into a bed that is capable of sleeping two adults. Even though they are going to have to snuggle up a little, it is definitely something that can manage, and that is kind of the main focal point of this camper. But across the way is going to be the Jackknife Sofa, as I mentioned, and this has easy access storage, either lift it up or you can just drop the net like so. And as I said, straight across is your entertainment center. So this will probably be the main spot that you watch TV, but of course you can put it on a swing arm so you can be back in the U dinette as well. And everyone can be in here kind of watching TV if that's the way you choose to entertain. You have some different options. You'll also see that the refrigerator is built into the slide here. This is going to be a 12-volt compressor-driven refrigerator, 10.7 cubic foot of storage space on there, so plenty of storage. And then you will see more storage right along the side in the form of a large pantry. So they definitely do a good job of utilizing the space here in the slide out. The slide out itself is going to be the BAL Exact slide. That is a cable-driven slide system. And you will see that the slide does have a step up. And the reason for that is because this has underslung axles, which we'll see when we go outside. That helps keep the trailer a little bit lower to the ground, so therefore it's going to be a little bit more stable as you're driving down the road. Good kitchen space in this one too. It kind of sits here in the corner. You have the L-shaped. It is going to be a thermoform, not a T-mold, so you don't have to worry about T-mold popping off. Because it is thermoformed, you can see they're able to undermount that stainless steel bowl. 3-burner cooktop with the microwave directly underneath, so that kind of frees up a little bit of space by essentially changing out the oven for this microwave here. It gives you the space up top to be able to utilize that as more additional storage. Of course, your hood is up there too. Underneath the sink, there is space for a trash can. That's something I always look for and certainly appreciate. And then you can see the not one but two drawers. You get the cutting board there too. But having the two drawers definitely makes this a very functional kitchen space. You will also see the fireplace built into the entertainment center. That's not just for looks, even though it does look nice. It's also going to be a 5,000 BTU electric space heater. Now, as we move our way up, if you want some music and entertainment, it is pre-wired for the driven portable speaker, the Bluetooth speaker, so you can have that. Then you will also see a spot to be able to mount the TV. And again, as I mentioned, I would highly recommend a swing arm mount so you can swing it around to watch in the U dinette if you so choose. The flooring in here, you'll see is going to be all lino. They don't have any carpet. Also, you will notice they don't have any vents. All the vents are going to be, your heat vents going to be built into the furniture, like into the U-shaped dinette, for example. That helps keep things a lot cleaner. You're not getting a bunch of dirt in there. And then also underneath that, you're going to have a 5/8-inch tongue and groove plywood flooring. So a little bit more residential construction in the floor itself. They also use 2x3s instead of 2x2s, so just a little bit more support. Now, before we go into the bathroom here, one of the things I always like to point out about East to West, because I think, especially at the price point, they're one of the only ones that do this, and I absolutely love it. First off is the fact you have a full privacy door into the bedroom. You don't have a big gap up top or down below. I like that for obvious reasons, from sounds to smells to everything else. I want them to stay in the bathroom, not coming out. The other thing that I really, really like is this right here, the fact that it is framed out in wood. Most manufacturers, especially at this price point, are going to be framed out in plastic. By utilizing the wood, not only is it more solid, it doesn't come away, but it actually opens and closes just the way it should because it doesn't have that flex like plastic framing is going to have. Now, this one utilizes a pass-through bathroom. I think it's fine in this floor plan because you get the second door here, right? A lot of people don't like a pass-through because if someone is in it, In other floor plans, you may be trapped here in the bedroom, but you can exit out this secondary exit. You'll be just fine. I think this works. Having a pass-through gives you so much more space. How often have you been camping, you go in the bathroom, you don't have a place to change? You won't have that issue at all in a pass-through. And because of that, not just space to change, but you can see I have a lot of space for the toilet, good space for my knees as well as my shoulders, no issues there whatsoever. And because the 81-inch ceiling height, even without a skylight at 6 foot tall, I can stand up and I don't have to bend my head down. The shower itself, the shower pan is a little bit wider, so I can actually turn sideways in here and still be able to close the curtain, and I'm not fighting with it, which again is going to be one of those nice things about having that bigger bathroom space. Over to the side is the vanity. Again, great countertop space there too, good storage underneath. I'll open it up just to kind of show you. The one side there is completely open, so you can actually put a big trash can in here if you so choose. You also have a tankless water heater, so that's going to be on demand near limitless hot water. And you get a double mirrored wardrobe, or not wardrobe, mirrored medicine cabinet right up top here. So again, they just do a really good job of having the extra storage space. It also is worth mentioning that you'll get a motion light in the Silver Lake in the bathroom, which I like too. That way if you want to use that at night, when you walk in, it can turn on. Might be a little bright, it might be a little alarming. I don't know how often I would use it. I'd have to test it, but in theory, it is a good idea. And then as we make our way into the bedroom, something else you'll notice right away, and Silver Lake has been doing this since the start, is they put in a king size bed, and that's awesome for obvious reasons. On both sides, you have electrical outlets as well as USB ports. You can see hanging wardrobe space on both sides of the bed, and a nice deep shelf right here. As promised, right there is that secondary entrance, so you can enter and exit. And then across the way is going to be TV hookup, so if you want TV in here, it's easy to have that installed too. And thanks to the dual entrance in this camper, you get access to basically everything. You can drop down your Jackknife Sofa for some sleeping. You can get to your rear dinette for additional sleeping. You have full access to the fridge and freezer. And although you're closed off from this side to the bathroom, you can use the entrance in the bedroom to reach the bedroom, of course, as well as the bathroom. All right, let's talk a little bit about the construction on the Silver Lake, starting with the tires and working our way up. So this one is equipped with 205/75 R15s. Those are D-range tires. Coming up from that is going to be your fully enclosed and insulated underbelly. And on the Silver Lake dual axles like this one, that is going to be a forced air heat in that underbelly to make sure things stay nice and warm. Coming up from that, we talked about the floor when we were inside. The sidewalls are going to be your standard construction. It's going to be 2-inch thick sidewalls with R7 batt insulation all the way around. We also talked about the BAL cable slide system. And then up top is going to be the roof membrane. Silver Lake actually utilizes the Tough Flex PVC roof, which has some general advantages over rubber. The biggest one being the fact that it's almost no maintenance, but it's also going to be sun resistant, chemical resistant. You don't have to worry about any pooling on it, and it's going to be tear and puncture resistant. So overall, just a great roof membrane. If you take a look inside right here, that's a big pass-through too. I mean, this is the off-camp side, and it's still a huge door. You have massive storage in there, and it is fully finished off, which I really like. You also see your freshwater inlet over here, cable satellite hookup, and your city water. So all that is going to be right in line and easy to get to. Coming around to the front, something I really like that they do is they have these smooth aluminum fronts on there. And that not only looks a lot nicer in my opinion, but it's also going to be easier to clean. And seeing as how we travel, it's where all the bug splatters are going to be, that is a good thing. You also have the diamond plating on the bottom here, helping to protect from any rocks and debris that may get thrown up during your travels. Powered tongue jack is standard right up front, 2 20-pound propane tanks, rails for the battery, and a battery disconnect. Again, all standard features here on the Silver Lake. I'll open this side up too. It is a magnetic catch, but again, as I could kind of see on the other side, just huge pass-through storage right there, which I like. And make our way back a little bit further. This is going to be the secondary entrance. On the secondary entrance, you have your standard folding steps, a smaller grab handle. You'll see the entry door there does not have a window. Actually, neither of them have a window, which doesn't bring in quite as much light, but again, helps keep that price point a little bit lower. Right up top is the power awning with an LED light strip. The power awning does cover both doors as you would hope that it would. You'll also see this is where that tankless water heater is that we talked about a little bit earlier when we were inside. And then if you want TV hookup, that'll be a little bit further back here. The primary entrance is going to have the solid step by LCI. It has the aluminum treads. That way they're not going to rust. Easy foot adjustment as well. And then you can see they have the larger foldable grab handle, just making it a little bit easier to get in and out. And right behind the door is a propane quick connect. So if you have like a Blackstone or other grill you want to bring, that's easy to hook up. You can see the square tubular bumper right there in the back. Mounted to that is a spare tire, which hopefully you never have to use. But if you do, this is probably the easiest place to get to it. You do have water access back here as well. So you kind of like a pseudo outside kitchen with that propane quick connect that has both hot and cold water access. That nice big window we talked about earlier so you can enjoy the view out the back. And then right up above that is backup camera prep. And then on the other side is your ladder prep. All right, a couple quick things on the off-camp side. One is the fact this one is prepped for slide-out toppers. So if you want those, so you don't have to worry about sticks and pine cones and stuff falling down on top of your slides, it is easier to have that installed, so it'll save you some money. 30 amp detachable power cord will be right here, as is the black tank flush. And lastly, I do want to point out, your terminations are going to be pretty far forward in this coach. It is going to be in front of your axles. Now, that's going to be good in terms of, backing up, or if you're going up a steep incline, you don't have to worry about knocking your termination off. But just keep in mind, if you're getting this one, you're probably going to need a sewer hose extension because most of your hookups are going to be in the back of the campsite. Now, as I mentioned, I think this is a very versatile layout, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit lighter weight, maybe you don't need a slide, well, I got one for you coming up next.